Hello and welcome to Citi Sports Roundup with me, Benjamin Nketia. Coming up, Aduana Stars temporarily banned from using Nana Jemambedu Park as home venue after some fans of the club attacked the team bus of Tamale City FC. Also, we will bring you some reactions to Chelsea manager Graham Potter's sacking. And Isaac Dogbe vows to bounce back after losing out on WBO featherweight title to Robese Ramirez. Let's get to the details of our stories now. Ghana's Black Queens will play Algeria in 3 friendly matches in the month of April. Now, head coach of the women's senior national team, Nora Hoptel, ahead of the game, has invited 26 players to begin preparations. The first match will take place on Wednesday, April 5, against the Algeria under-23 side at the Accra Sports Stadium before facing the senior team in 2 games on Saturday, April 8 and Tuesday, April 11. The friendly games are expected to help the team get ready for the 2023 WAFO Women's Cup of Nations. Still with the Black Queens, Chief Executive Officer of Faith Ladies, Ebenezer Alote, has praised new head coach Nora Hoptel's impact on the team ahead of the friendly games against Algeria.
It is a little too early for us to determine. I think she has done the groundwork. I think the FA is supporting her to make sure she gets the best out of best. She has also been going around the game centers looking for materials. And for the first time, in the Women's Premier League, we had about 54 or 58 international players coming to the national team. It's unrivaled. It has never happened in the Women's Football League before. So you have a lot of girls who have traveled outside the country who are also coming in with their experience. And so the reason why I'm saying it's a little too early is that we have yet not really experienced them play competitively. Apart from the qualifiers they traveled, the matches they played in Benin and other countries. So we still need, a couple of more matches to be able to assess what Nora has come to show. Definitely, she's a quality coach, but, the terrain here is different. So we still need a few matches to be able to emphatically state that Nora is here to stay. The mix of the international players and the local players, sometimes it has its own dynamics. And so, like I'm saying, let's see a couple more matches. Let's see these girls play together a lot more. And then we'll be able to definitely say that Nora is hitting the mark. But from where I sit, I think she's doing a tremendous job.
Now, Black Meteors assistant coach Gordon Atram has revealed the technical team is relishing the test of facing North African teams in the upcoming Under-23 AFCON slated for June this year in Morocco. Now, Ghana is set to participate in the tournament for the second time after beating Algeria in a 2-legged tie in the final qualification series. Speaking to Citi Sports in an exclusive interview, the former Ghana international believes facing the likes of Algeria has given the team a fair idea of what to expect in the main tournament.
Now is the main tournament to qualify to France. 8 countries. I think that the top 4 positions are Egypt and Morocco. Because Morocco is the host. Egypt, they are the defending champions. I'm sure that the pairing will be, one will be in the A and one will be in the B. If you want to be the best, you always have to mingle up with the best. I don't think we are panicking of playing against those two. Playing against Algeria has already given us the main idea and the concept how to play against those northern area. For me per se, I played in the Middle East and those northern side for almost 13 years. So I know how they operate. So I think that the technical team, the head coach Ibrahim Tanko, also my colleague, assistant Michael Osei, has really been very united. We have a very strong capacity, which we are bringing it on board for the players to have a lot of training and impact. All those who are having problems, we are trying to fix those problems so that when you get to the main tournament, we'll be able to sail through.
Now, Godwin Acham further revealed that the technical team have plans of beefing up the squad and also engaging in a number of high-profile friendlies with just some few months to the start of the tournament. According to Acham, call-ups to the Black Meteors team will be done based on merit.
This is the country, is Ghana, and I'm sure that all players are entitled to have chances in the national team. The national team is not for just a player, you understand. But what we are basing our strength on is databases of the players who are really ready, who are going to be ready based on form. Because football is all about form. It's not about because we have been able to assemble a certain team that has qualified. So we are going to base on that. No. We are going to evaluate each and every one performances based on matches you are playing, and then also how you are reacting towards your team. It's important to watch and scout the Premier League, also the Division 1, those who are having a real potential to beef up with the team. Also the professionals as well. I think the FA will have a meeting with our executive members who are on board. We have been able to assemble our reports to them. Head coach Brian Tanko has been doing that. And then also he asked us if we have some recommendation that we can give it to the FA so that they can work on it for us. I think that we must have some friendly matches, international friendly, not only in the domestic ones, the domain. We must have some international friendlies, very, very important, even if it's possible to play against some of the northern side. Well, we know that they carry the weight when it comes to these tournaments. And if you are able to grip them very well and play against them in friendly matches, you'll be able to have a lot of adaptation. The players will have an exposure. They will have a lot of idea also to play against them when it comes to the tournament.
The Ghana Football Association has placed a temporary ban on the Aduana Stars' use of the Nana Adjamambedu Park as their home venue for the Bet Power Premier League with immediate effect. The ban comes in the wake of alleged violence that occurred after their controversial victory over Tamale City on Sunday. Aduana Stars secured a 1-0 win over Tamale City after scoring a penalty in the 10th minute of added time, extending their lead at the top of the Premier League by 3 points. However, the post-match was marred by violence, with Aduana Stars fans allegedly attacking Tamale City players and damaging their team bus. Now, videos and photos on social media showed some players injured and the team bus in a bad state. You are watching Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV with me, Benjamin Nketia. When we return, we'll bring you some more Bet Power Premier League stories. Welcome back. This is Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV. My name is Benjamin Nketia. Let's do some more stories now. Assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, Abdullahi Ghazali, says he was impressed with the attacking performance of his side in their win against Royal Tamale United on Sunday. The Porcupine Warriors recorded a 4-0 win over the Tamale Bay side at the Babayara Sports Stadium, leaving them fifth on the league table with 38 points and a game in hand against King Faisal. Now, Ghazali believes the game against King Faisal on Wednesday will be crucial to their title defense.
Yes, because when you look at today's match and the match against Legon Cities, we were playing 4-2-3-1. And clearly, you could see that today we were playing 4-1-3-2 because we wanted to double more in the opponent half. And God be so good, so wonderful that we are able to do it. They were able to send the balls where we needed it, and we get the goals. So, to me, I would say kudos to the players. They were able to listen to our instructions, and we end up getting the 3 maximum points. Well, we're picking the matches one after the other. And like you said, we're not going to joke with that particular match because whilst we are playing, we are looking at the league table. Currently, we will come to 5th place. And definitely, if you are able to win that particular match, we may shoot up to either the 2nd position or the 3rd position. So it's also a must-win match for us. We'll go into the match with the necessary approach in order to get that particular 3 maximum points.
Let's now hear from Asante Kotoko forward Steve Mukwala, who is aiming to win the top goal scorer award at the end of this campaign. The 23-year-old has taken his goal tally in this season to 10 after scoring a brace in the game against Real Tamale United. With 10 games to go for the Porcupine Warriors this season, Mukwala believes he's on course to win the award.
Yeah, basically, what I can say, we came in this game, it was a do-or-die game. Yeah, because we are taken long without winning, so we are trying to find our boots. Yeah, basically, I feel so proud, and it was really hard for me to open my account in the second round. So it was really nice to score in front of the amazing fans at Babayara. Yeah, basically, what I know, we have a good relationship, me and De Souza. So we try to communicate each and every day. So it's really easy for us to perfect in the pitch.
Mukwala for goal king.
Sure, I'm still chasing it.
Dreams FC head coach Abdul Karim Zito believes inexperience is to blame for his side's inability to score in their Bet Power Premier League game against Accra Hearts of Oak. The Dawu side held the Phobians to a goalless draw on Saturday at the Theatre of Dreams, leaving them with just one win in their last 7 games. Zito says he is focused on ensuring that his team stays in the local top flight. Now, Accra Great Olympics' Japanese attacker Jindo Morishita has opened up on his lack of game time under new coach Bismarck Kobe-Mensah in the ongoing Bet Power Premier League. The 25-year-old joined Olympics from Ebusua Dwarfs in the second transfer window, but has struggled to feature this season for the Dade boys. Now, speaking to Citi Sports, Jindo admits it is frustrating not to play, but hopes his side, who are in a precarious position, stay afloat this season.
Definitely, the most important thing is that we collected 3 points. I know we're in a very tricky, tight position right now on the table. But, as a result, at last we got 3 points home. And I think this will be some sort of momentum to bring us above on the table. Well, as a player, you always want to deliver your value on the pitch. And if you're not giving enough time, it's always frustrating. You can always imagine. We can always imagine. But as I keep saying, it's not about myself, but always about the team first. So I respect the coach. I trust him. And finger crossed. And then I'm always preparing myself so that if I have enough playing time, especially home in front of all these supporters, I can deliver a good performance.
Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp says he understands the decision by Chelsea and Leicester City to sack Graham Potter and Brendan Rodgers respectively. Now, Rodgers, who had been at Leicester for 4 years, agreed to step down from his role following their 2-1 defeat to Crystal Palace, while Potter, who has been at post for only 7 months, was sacked after Chelsea's 2-0 loss to Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge. According to Klopp, football is a result-oriented business and failure to achieve set objectives will always come with consequences.
I think both clubs are not in the spots where they expect to be. I cannot really say a lot more about it. Yes, will I say I know them well? I respect them a lot. To be honest, I like both. When I met them, they're really, really good people and fantastic managers, both of them. But still, things can go the wrong way. And then when the decision makers in the club think they have to change, then they change. I think, well, we all accept that part of the business. And that's it pretty much. But that's it. It's a strange week, I would say. Conte was it last week, eh? Nagelsmann. So, and all these two. So the season gets into the decisive part and people are afraid of maybe not reaching their targets, and that's it. I don't know. You have the opportunity to ask the decisive people and what they will say about it, and especially the two of them. But I would say for all 4 I mentioned now, the football managing future is still bright. So it's not a disaster. It's just a situation which they probably don't like.
Meanwhile, former Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy has hinted that Graham Potter's style of coaching might not be suited to managing a big club with star players.
I mean, do you know what? I think some managers are better suited to managing top players and being on the front foot.
And some managers are better suited to managing teams who are the underdogs and need to keep tweaking and changing and having little tactical plans to try and punch above their weight. And I think he might be more of one of those. I don't know, I mean, might be being harsh, but it feels that way. Some managers are just made for dealing with bigger players and bigger egos and having a very forward-thinking plan.
Now, former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has been reacting to Graham Potter's sacking, and he says the news didn't bring out a lot of emotions. He also believes the club has undergone a lot of changes since his departure.
In the end, it was a pretty tough timing because it was right after I took over here, and now the next coaching position is vacant at Chelsea. I needed quite a bit of time to distance myself from Chelsea because I really liked to work there, and there were friendships for life that I managed to get. It was a very intense time, but the club changed massively. And so it was easier for me to get a bit of distance in between myself and the club. So there weren't too many emotions involved.
This is the Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV. With me, Benjamin Nketiah. We'll take a break here. When we return, we'll bring you some more foreign stories. Thank you for staying with us on the Citi Sports Roundup. My name is Benjamin Nketiah. Let's get into some more foreign stories now. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has described his side's performance against Newcastle United on Sunday as disappointing. Second half headers from Joe Willock and Callum Wilson consigned the Red Devils to a second straight league defeat on the road, meaning the Magpies have now leapfrogged United into third place on the Premier League table. The Red Devils must now focus on their outstanding game against Brentford at Old Trafford on Wednesday, and Ten Hag believes his side need to bounce back.
Not good enough. And deserved win from Newcastle because they were more determined, more passion, more desire. And yeah, of course we are disappointed about this result, but also about the performance. No, we are not happy with this game at all. And it was a tough game. And the opponent was better. So, but we can emphasize it. But we have to go forward and look forward, and we have to learn the lesson. It's not possible that the opponent is more hungry as us, that they showed more willingness as us. So we have to bounce back, and we know before it's going to be a battle to get into the top four. That's going to be from now on till the last game. It's going to be that battle, and we have to be ready for every game. And today we were not, and so now we have to bounce back on the Wednesday. I don't think about two home games. I think about Brentford. That's the first game, so go game by game. And definitely we need a different attitude. Disappoints me. I can't say that the intentions were wrong. They tried to do, but you saw the opponent was more hungry as we. They showed more willingness as we. And we could expect that if we beat them in the final. And they were in a position in the league down to us, so they know for them it was such a crucial game, but we didn't see that crucial game. As I say they play above their levels, and so we play down our levels.
Wolves have been fined £57,500 by the Football Association for failing to control their players in last month's 4-2 Premier League defeat by Leeds. Players and staff protested at Rodrigo Moreno's stoppage time goal at the Molineux, claiming Adama Traore was fouled in the build-up. Unused substitute Mateus Nunes was shown a red card for his protest, but it was rescinded after Wolves appealed. Now, earlier, Wolves defender Johnny was sent off for a foul on Luke Ayling after his yellow card was upgraded to a red card following a video assistant referee review. Now, President of Rugby Africa, Herbert Mensah, has called for more support from World Rugby to the sport in Africa because of the enormous potential the continent wields in popularizing the sport. Citing the growth of football and basketball in Africa via FIFA and the NBA respectively pumping millions of dollars into the ecosystem of either sport, Mensah called for something similar to be replicated in rugby. He made these comments in an interview with Al Jazeera in the aftermath of his election as president of the sports body on the African continent.
it is such a wonderful game that provides an opportunity, be you tall or short or whatever else may be. Changing the mindset of governments is a big thing. And then changing the mindset of world rugby. I think Africa has always suffered, whether it is economically, socially, of being the place that people disparage. I'm not saying that world rugby does that. I'm not saying that our governing bodies do that. But we do have to get their focus and their concentration on the fact that for the last 20-something years, this is the way that Africa has been looked at. Other sports are looking at Africa differently. The NBA, I understand, is investing millions of dollars per year in Africa to try and encourage and develop the game. Football, we've just seen the president Infantino in Rwanda involved in something with a massive program to invest in academies, the youth, the development of where it's from. And we really need World Rugby to do the same. If we can convince them that a stronger Africa means stronger rugby. Stronger rugby means more people will watch the game, more people will watch the game means more revenue comes in ultimately for the governing bodies. It's a mindset for us here in Africa and for the donors outside to really look and say, we haven't done enough and it's time for us to sit up and do more.
Let's end with some boxing now, and Ghanaian boxer Isaac Dogwe has vowed to come back stronger following defeat to Cuban boxer Robese Ramirez for the WBO featherweight title. The former super bantamweight champion lost by unanimous decision in Saturday's bout that took place in the United States. In the aftermath of the fight, Dogwe expressed his hopes of securing another opportunity to compete for a world title in the future.
I would like to thank my coaches and my team, everyone that supported me. Thirdly, I'd like to apologize to my coaches and to the rest of my team and the people that, are out there praying for me and, wishing me well. We didn't get a decision today, but we'll definitely be back. We still have a lot of work to do. I fell short tonight. Congratulations to Robese Ramirez. He's a terrific fighter. He's a great guy. I don't take nothing away from him. I guess I was the aggressor, but I guess maybe I wasn't aggressive enough. I think my coach, I couldn't push as much as we all would have loved me to push, but I'll be back. He's a good fighter. You can't take nothing away from him. It was just a bad night for me. However, I do disagree with the knockdown. And to some extent, the scoring. But hey, nevertheless, it is what it is. We just have to get back to the drawing board and come back. I've been here before, so I know what it takes to come back. And so long as my coaches are, they're still with me, I'm willing to get back on the horse, to get back on the road and get back up, build back up again.
Meanwhile, former world champion Joseph Agbeko believes Isaac Dogwe should stay in the featherweight division despite losing another opportunity to become world champion. According to him, Dogwe is best suited for his current weight class, contrary to what others believe.
I would say that, whenever losses comes like this, everybody becomes coach. Everybody will start saying what they know best. Nobody wants to win more than Isaac Dogwe. There is nobody who wants to win better than the person who is standing inside the ring. When pain comes, he's the only one that takes the pain. When victory comes, he's the one that enjoys it. He won the win more than any other person. So people should not start saying this and that. Isaac Dogwe fought at the weight that he feels very comfortable at. He was at the super bantamweight and he was suffering. The people doesn't know whatever he goes through at the super bantamweight before he's able to make it. Making weight is the toughest part of boxing, and he decided to move to featherweight. That doesn't mean he's feeling that comfortable, but he feels a bit better or a bit comfortable at the featherweight than super bantamweight. So I would say that's the weight he feels comfortable at. So they have to allow him to be at his weight. Moving up to super featherweight will not help him. The only weight, and moving down to super bantamweight will also not help him. So the weight that he feels comfortable at, that is where he's fighting at. So Ghanaians should allow the boy to, he had his loss. He came back. He has fought a few good fights. He has won all. So one loss shouldn't take anything away from him. He's still our champion. He's still a great fighter. And I believe he didn't lose this fight. And I believe one or two fights, he's still a good fighter. He can still win a world title.
That's all for today's edition of Citi Sports Roundup here on Citi TV. For more sports, do log on to citisportsonline.com.